So Jack to get us underway this evening. Joe Perry alongside me for this one. And Joe, I suppose you could class this match as a typical clash of styles, but...
Yeah, when the draw come out, you know, it looked like a match-up, didn't it? Everyone wanted to sort of like tune in and watch. It's a great... Yeah, I suppose you have to see it as a clash of styles, but not as much as you might think. You know, Mark Selby, some people have him as a reputation of being a bit of a... I'll tell you what did surprise me, though, what Stephen Hendry picked up on pre-match is the head-to-head record. I think you would just...
to his Northern Ireland Open crown, so he seems to somewhat have Selby's number. And maybe that's why.
One.
But you don't know what you're going to get, and not all players like that. You know, you like to sort of have half an idea what sort of shot your opponent's going to play. Is he going to take it on? Is he going to play safe? You don't... A good long red to get this break up and running.
7.
Plays way in, does he? He's such a natural player.
And he's certainly been victim to a few. The UK Championship 2024. Lisowski found himself 3-0 down before coming back to win that game 6-4. So
after, like I say, really work on this cue ball, back up for blue or baulk colour. Yeah, it was never going to be easy to get out of there, so... The cue ball and then long shots. Beautifully played. Oh, and that's worked out a treat as well.
Doesn't go.
Sure that was intense.
Oh, but dear me, what a miss that is.
Black
doesn't go, but look from our camera shot that the black is potable, which makes this positional shot straightforward. Yeah, now when potting the black, he can move that red out. Simultaneous hit in snooker is a foul, and Mark Selby feels that it's too tight. So, just a safety. But he's played a very good one.
Mark Selby 1.
Yeah.
From here, if he gets sort of straightish on the black, it goes quite comfortably. Yeah, that looks better. You can get through to it this time.
Nine.
Seeing if he can on the black. It looks like he's going deep on the cue ball, so maybe back for green or blue.
15.
Of course, this is a tournament that Mark Selby a good season. Well. Mark's won 3 this year, so that tells us that he's playing all right. And it just feels like he's back to somewhere near his very
21.
best. He has to be a contender for every...
Now we can win the frame from this visit.
We said a similar sort of thing, really. He'd have done well to win the frame at that visit. If anyone can, he can. But the break does end there.
Mark Selby 30.
Selby, how aggressive he wants to be. And that's a fantastic pot, plenty of strengths.
Yeah, and I think in some ways that makes the equation quite simple for players that can actually do that. His strength is his scoring, his aggression, and as well his rhythm. When he finds that rhythm around the table.
So yeah, just a safety behind the green is a possibility. This is looking pretty good.
Jack Lisowski 14.
Does have sight at attempting to pop this long red. And knocks it in. Like Mark.
1.
He doesn't need asking twice.
No, it was a very good pot, wasn't it? But pretty straightforward clearance for someone like Mark Selby, you would feel. The fact that it's the first frame means it could possibly go.
$12. $14. $17. $21.
Spot. Frame ball.
$26.
And safely dispatched.
$32.
So there was no fireworks in the opening frame, really. A brace of 30 breaks to take the opening frame.
With it, so opportunity here for Mark Selby. Pot this red, bring more reds into play. Oh, just
Had he have missed it, fantastic pot from Mark. And now a great chance to
9.
get his scoring boots on.
$17. $24. $25. $33.
Well, it's clear to see Mark's intentions are course, there'll be no jeopardising the frame
To
should
the
he
left
land the
middle
wrong.
here. But yeah, I prefer that shot. He didn't quite get into them, no. He wanted to get into the real heart of the bunch there. Didn't get enough work on the cue ball, where his bridge hand
8.
is very difficult. Yeah, they are not nice at any time.
Jack Lisowski,
So
8.
the miss black off the spot. Last professional snooker match. Well, he hasn't really recovered, has he?
And there's what you were saying earlier. Yeah, and that's more like it. Looking to put the finishing touches to it.
Cue ball on and off the baulk cushion. Try not to collide with anything, and he'll have choice of colours. That was the problem.
Yeah, it was
9.
quite a big misjudgment, that actually, wasn't it, from Mark? You, as you say, expected him to deal with that situation. Not to be. So all of a sudden, in this second frame,
Mark Selby, 9.
a number of mistakes.
Near his intended target, which was on this back cushion. Well,
One.
Again, no real control over where the cue ball was coming to finish. That pink was a tester, and it was nicely played. But he's played it particularly well.
8. $13.
now you have to take the cue ball round the table or leave red from distance. Round the table was the choice. Oh, it's okay, but I think the brown is going to be in the way here. In behind the pink. This is
Jack Lisowski,
just
17.
running out of position.
One.
watching, relieved to see the game isn't as easy as they often make it look. It can go like this at times. There's hope for us all.
Anything but hitting the red too thick there. He's got to get the cue ball down this end of the table. I think that's what it makes him so frustrating. We know how good he is, and sometimes he just plays shots and
One.
just. So Mark was just looking a little bit wobbly in this frame, but keep missing. Just giving.
I think that word really does
9.
apply to when he's playing a player like Jack Lisowski. Jack always finds it difficult to not play
Just
the
around
aggressive
the
shot.
corner.
And the chance
And
came
frame.
along is going to go the way of Mark Selby.
$22. $25. $29.
Well, the pressure off and Mark able to play a fantastic positional shot from
34.
Brown.
$40.
Well, it was a
Mark Selby,
strange old
47.
frame, really. A number of
Okay.
mistakes in the end. 2-0, he leads Lisowski. And Joe, from Jack's point of view, it's not so much the balls he's knocking when he gets that chance.
Yeah, his cue ball's been a bit loose so far this evening. Hasn't really got in perfect control. As he sees Mark Selby pot another long red.
1.
This time. Yeah, I've just been looking at Jack when Mark was at the table there.
Mark Selby 1.
He's trying to win just as much as anyone else is.
Foul on the miss. Mark Selby.
Want to go. He should make the alteration this time. Should be okay now. This looks better. Yeah, good shot.
With it, not for the first time. I think you're right in what you say about Jack, though. He's been, as people say, that he doesn't look like he's bothered, but as you say, he certainly is. He's got such a very loose demeanour out there, as if he hasn't got a care in the world. I mean, if I could hit the ball as well as him, I wouldn't have a care in the world.
He's great to watch, and he's an unbelievable talent. Unfortunately, in this game, like many others, talent alone doesn't bring you success.
Fourth appearance in the Players' Championship, last played in 2023. So he would have been very much looking forward to be back involved in these elite field events, but
this shows you one of the best 16 players on the tour in that given year. And it's getting harder and harder to do it these days. More and more players capable of going deep in events. So just to qualify for this event is no mean feat.
or you have to do very well in the right events.
Well, that one should make him feel a bit better. That was a very good hit, a red on the way back into baulk. But against Mark Selby, you've normally got to play a succession of good safety shots to try and force a mistake. which looks like his choice. Oh, it was close, wasn't it? Unfortunately, the Reds come up the table and left Mark another
so
easy
far,
starter.
The long pot success, 2 from 7 from Jack Lisowski. At this level, a lot of matches are won and lost from distance. Spot of bother so far this evening. Those long ones have not been going in.
Yes, so don't blame him for taking them on. He's just got to start getting a few more of them.
Well, the pink going back onto its own spot doesn't really do Mark any favours. Would have appreciated the pink staying on the black spot, so having to retreat
15.
up to the book.
Yeah, it's amazing how that one moment there break a little bit more difficult. So looks like Mark's taking the opportunity here to play on the black. Yeah, that's pretty good.
18.
And now you can see if he pots this, very, very good opportunity to just turn the screw a little bit more. Jack Lisowski sit in his chair and just keep thinking about what might have been.
To all our viewers
26.
here on Channel 5, in around 5 minutes' time, we will be heading over to 5 action, so please do join us. As Mark Selby looks to inflict more pain to Jack Lisowski's side cushion just above Mark's arm that may impede him at some point. So just making sure to
34.
keep tight control of his cue ball here.
That was a nicely
You want
played
to try
shot.
and focus on your own game out there, but Mark will know how his opponent's feeling. He'll recognise that. And it's then up to him to try and pile the pressure on, of which he is doing.
$50. 57.
Side of the first half century. Takes him 70 points in front with just the 67 remaining. And safely in, but in the player's mind, the next red is frame ball. It will keep Jack cemented to his seat.
65. 66. $69. 70.
So, welcome viewers to the action here at the 2026. Mark Selby firmly in control of this match now.
$77.
Well, Mark Selby doing his very best to keep this break going,
84.
but to no prevail. A break of 84 in the third
Mark
frame
Selby.
was plenty good enough for the jester from
Feels like
Leicester.
a
Must-win frame. Trailing Mark Selby 3-0.
Another one. again. He looks $1 million, but tonight they're just wobbling and staying out. Well, but this time's the not. So Jack with a reprieve. Can he get something going?
Actually landed in a perfect spot there to immediately to maybe bring more reds into play here. He's perfect. Oh, and he's played it well.
9.
Again, the way that Jack plays that shot almost looks like he sort of throws his arm at it. That was played with the utmost control.
17.
Look at the reds, the way they're situated. He is secure. Yeah, lovely shot. There's no reason why he shouldn't be able to do that.
24.
Just needs basically put the cue ball anywhere. He's going to be on a red nicely.
That pink was a great example of a lot of players that would have been scared to death to play that up into the yellow pocket, having been absolutely perfect in amongst them a few shots prior.
$32. $33.
You can gather momentum very quickly. Currently sitting at 19 seconds a shot. That is on the brisk side. But of course,
41.
But again, it was a shot which should really have had to play. It was brought about through bad cue ball control and down quick. Well, just about. He got a bit fortunate there. The highs and lows of Jack Lisowski, like you say, he's so quick to nowhere. That's what makes him such fun to watch. But he's so close to the winning line now. Over in securing this frame.
It's an absolute edge of emotional rollercoaster at all times. Made it anyway. And he's missed the pink, so will he pay the price for that very, very poor...
Now he's got to hope that Mark Selby doesn't pay him the ultimate price. Well, he hasn't. He's got lucky there.
What would have been a huge body blow to Jack Lisowski. No doubt a sigh of huge relief.
What? Thank you. 9.
Develop the red and get nicely on it to right corner. Maybe chance to just loosen up a touch further and...
$18. To 5.
Where's this red going? Oh, not to be.
Lisowski,
well, he was looking. Well, time will tell just how big that previous frame before the interval will turn out to be. But it was a frame that you felt that Jack Lisowski had to win. At halfway to victory, 6, the magic number again. We just talk about the fine margin. Been finding the target. Had they have, it could be a different score. But Mark Selby doing what he does best, and that's play the long game. Stays very patient, very present. The bottom line is, though, for Jack Lisowski, he cannot afford those unforced errors.
Foul, and the miss. Mark Selby, 4.
mistakes almost fuller than any other player in the game, doesn't he? That's been the case, certainly early on tonight.
Yeah, and it's a really strange psychology actually playing. But he's almost mesmerising when you're in the opposite seat. He controls your thought process as well. And that was partly what you was alluding to, Alan, that the shots he leaves you, he's inviting you to make those mistakes.
Best players in the history of the game. But that was excellent by Jack. Get the pot. Well done. Very good. Roll comes in. Yeah, he's on. Oh, just a fraction. I just couldn't inject enough pace.
Mark Selby 1.
Once again finds himself in trouble.
Situated.
Nothing real.
Call.
Oh, there's a shot that tells a story of how Mark is feeling. Beautiful pot, deserves to be on one.
Absolutely no room for error there. Brilliant shot.
Mark Selby 3. One. Seven.
Pace just allowing it to drop, catching the near knuckle. Having to try and grab hold of the cue ball there. Little nippy one then. And how often does that play out? The red you miss, you end up sticking up. So another chance falls to Jack.
One. Four.
Yeah, I'll be over the moon. That's as good a shot as he's played. Classy positional shot.
And now Jack Lisowski. This is slowly becoming good scoring chance as that red crept. Oh, and that is a shocker. It really is.
Jack
Travel on.
Lisowski, 11.
Didn't want to be on that pink. Played it very quickly.
1. Seven.
How he somehow went from perfect position to wildly missing that pink just a few seconds
13.
ago.
Side cushion. That red is in play numerically. But the ball's massively favouring
19. $25.
It's very easy to, as you mentioned a moment ago, Alan,
$31.
not to be, but cleverly played.
Mark Selby.
The pot would be a bonus.
Make sure you get that red ball safe. Well, he has just flicked that brown into play now. And the red not potable for Mark, so that's job done for that.
And there's the mistake. And this should be a straightforward put away.
One.
Well and truly over the line now. It goes by where, once again, Mark Selby hasn't pulled up any trees to win it. The important thing to say is that at the moment, he doesn't have to pull up any trees. The mistakes are coming thick and fast from his opponent, Jack Lisowski. And if 3-1 down wasn't looking a tall order, all is going to have to take place. Mainly down to the fact that this man, Mark Selby, he will not let up when he's got his foot on your throat out. And that, again, a shot that just isn't quite finding the target for...
One.
The form that Selby's in, that was a fabulous pot. Followed by a miss that you just didn't see coming.
One.
To take off the table sooner rather than later is the red left of the black. To really a frame winning chance. Just needed to mind his work there, and
it's just again a mistake that, whether it was his fault or not, they just cannot afford.
The cleaning of the white from Mark does suggest the heavy contact.
Nine.
To the top of his level, but as I've already mentioned so far this evening, he hasn't had to. That's the bottom line.
One.
Snooker really does show Jack Lisowski shot
8
can have a huge impact to what you do when you get your next chance.
9. $16. 17. 25. 29. 37. 44.
And for is the average shot time. That's the pace he likes to play the game at. When there's a lot of mistakes and a lot of balls missed, quite often the frames can go quite scrappy. That rhythm, which is important for his game, 53. To not get wrapped.
Five. 56.
Well, that miss blue shouldn't make too much of a difference. If the cue ball goes in off, it might.
But you might as well play on for just a few shots.
Yeah, and I can't think of anyone worse.
Oh. Mark Selby 4.
Ball doesn't go in. Mark Selby needs 4 snookers. And all of a sudden, he will feel like he's got a realistic chance of getting back into this frame now. But that red disappearing. This frame. A little roll of the eyes, almost with relief that he has got it on the board. And it was a big one because he was looking all at sea there, Jack Lisowski, and at the second time, 4-2. I suppose in some ways for Jack Lisowski, the longer he can keep Mark.
sure.
But he's certainly beginning to get some encouragement, especially if this red bounces. And get. Yeah, I know the balls are starting to go in now, and when he.
$25.
It's close. And I think that's what he's playing. Half ball, top side of it, just flick it out. Yeah, he's right in behind it. May be the case that it wasn't
Pot the
on,
red.
but that's.
Play the thin black from the jaws of the corner pocket to guarantee the angle.
Oh.
The dynamic of this frame has changed with those penalty points. Needs to get this red safe. Oh, he needs to hit it first. Well, there's the contact. Oh, and he'd be pleased with that outcome. Initial break. Plenty to think about now, you would feel. Not just the fact that his opponent is starting to find a little bit of momentum, but a few mistakes have started to creep in. He was struggling pre-interval, Jack Lisowski, and part of the reason for the comeback is that stat there. The pot success has drastically improved. Before
Doubting him in a small way. This last maybe frame or two.
in a few shots' time, he can leave an angle on that. May present an opportunity to bring more reds into play. Just working out. And there is that low angle on this red. Cue ball is his concern here.
$17. Yes. 25. $28.
You just get the feeling he's got to dig his heels in.
$44.
tell you one thing, Alan.
Yeah, I think the second best ever.
55.
Look at. So proper position off this black should see him one away from victory, and that'll do nicely. As ever, playing
First
for a
pot
choice
harder.
of 3.
Played it to perfection, as you say. And he's got his reward for that great long red.
60. $71. $79.
From Mark. Can he ping these 3 reds into play? Oh, what an effort. And he somehow plant these
80.
reds.
He's looking at the treble.
He's
double
close.
will do it. Double will do it.
Mark Selby. And pots the pink to boot. What a break this has been. Come on. Century
90.
954. What a break.
$102. $100. $111. $114. $118. $123.
Well, at an incredibly
129.
important juncture of this match, Mark Selby with a total clearance of 136. What a break that was. A break. Meanwhile, back to the action here on 1. Mark Selby with quite simply a stunning total clearance of 1.
On, but I was thinking Jack 3 behind with a possible 3 to play. Sorry, 2 behind, but possible 3 to play. A Lisowski in good form. Yeah, another mistake. mistake. There's no guarantees of being on one. Certainly
8.
this week, so you got to give these plenty of respect. Well done. But he's lost his cue ball, send a
pop
break.
down the rail, the obvious ones. That's why you could see the frustration in Mark's face.
Mark Selby.
Down the left side. Jack needs to catch this one right. Yeah, and he's played it well. That's a good return.
Mark plays the thin safety shot and keeps them all central. And Jack pushes one over the corner that he didn't see.
Yeah, the previous safety shot from Mark was so cleverly played.
Yes.
So it looked like may have been the beginning of the end. It has come to little.
Mark Selby, 3. Foul on the miss. Mark.
Well, things have just got a little more interesting
Foul
now.
on the miss. Mark Selby, 4.
The red second away
attempt.
from the cushion. Well played.
To ball while still finding the correct thin contact to the object ball. Nicely played.
Good pot in the red. Not easy, this. Set up the chance. Well played.
Four.
Ah, Jack Lisowski.
Jack Lisowski.
Ah, dear me, my...
2.
And it should be a genuine chance to at least put a very large dent in this frame that he needs, and that'll do it. Well played.
Nine.
Points being removed from Jack Lisowski, and with it, his hopes slowly fading. The obvious open ball's out of play.
$23.
No choice.
He knows what's required. And that's a good pot. Controlled shot. The previous red was superb. To land where he did on the blue. Couldn't have picked the cue ball and placed it any better with his hand.
36. $42. $43. $46.
And what about that paintwork job on the red? Well, the blue fails to find its target. Well, Mark Selby avoided a minor scare in the mid part of the match, the highlight being a classy 136 total clearance. Still in the hunt for a maiden